Sure, the Bombers came pretty close to recording their second win of the season. What do you think tactically they got right against the Saints?
I think it was a bit of everything. Certainly the selection was forced with some injuries, but in hindsight, looking at it, the influx of young players and the roles they were given was significant. And you're never going to be let down by young players. They might make mistakes and they mightn't be quite ready, but what Essendon had yesterday was the capacity to run the game out. So you had good young legs, and on the other side of it, the balance of the input from the older players, Goddard and Cooney and Kelly as a unit was very good. So it allows this, even though I wrote that article to generate discussion about youth and the last 7 games, it's very important that those boys as a collective guide these young blokes through. So I thought it was a very good performance. Very disappointing to lose the game because the game was decided on key moments, both from St Kilda's point of view and from obviously Essendon's point of view. And while we highlight the last quarter and Brown's opportunity to ice the game, Joe Danaher's goal kicking, you know, you've got to look at the other side too. 2 critical centre clearances from Jack Stephen, and of course Membry's accuracy. Just shows you the fine line between winning and losing games of football.
Waller went forward. What did you make of that move?
Well, I really liked that move. It was creative. It was. You got to remember that's where he started. I think when he first came as a half forward, so he knows how to do it. But the combination of Langford in the middle was very good. Selecting McKenna on a half-back flank, the kid didn't do a lot, but I hope that's persevered with because it allows other things to happen. Fantasia into the midfield, a little bit of forward. His combination with Tippermuti was very, very exciting, and Essendon people are crying out for crumbing forwards. Well, there's 2 there that could be exciting, and they've also got flexibility now. Waller can go back, Fantasia can go in the middle, McKenna can go forward. So what you're developing, you look at Laverty and Langford can go through the middle. I thought Laverty's game started slowly, hasn't played a lot of footy. I think it might have only been his 2nd or 3rd game, but he was quite influential in that last quarter. Just shows you what he's capable of, and I really like Langford's game.
You said leading into the game that the absence of David Zaharakis would put the focus on Zach Merritt. How do you think he responded?
I thought he was our best player. I thought he led from the front. Obviously, without Zaharakis, the focus came on him. He responded, he lifted, he absorbed a lot of pressure, and he was a constant player throughout the game. I thought he was outstanding. But I thought the team was really good. I know Membry got 5, but he was on a little bit of Gwilt and a little bit of Hartley. But I thought the defensive work of Hartley was really, really good. His spoiling and his capacity to back himself was very good. The ruck situation was interesting. Badly missed Leuenberger. Nothing about the endeavour and effort of Sam Michael. He hasn't got a big leap on him, so the opposition ruckman was able to jump off him, but you can't knock his competitiveness. He took a great mark. He followed up, he tried hard, but the interesting thing that I found about a ruck's when he tired, one of the key moves was putting McKernan into the ruck because McKernan had spring, hadn't done a lot up forward, but I thought his spring and his jump in the centre bounce gave us some access to the footy in the last quarter.
Only a 6-day break now, heading into the game against Richmond on Saturday. How do you handle this week after that good performance?
Well, they played 4 quarters, which was great. And one of the other good things was we were headed and came back. You know, history shows that once sides have got on top, we haven't been able to maintain our capacity to play the 4 quarters. So it was a 4-quarter effort, so it'd be a pretty tired side. They'll look after the side during the week. Have a close look at Leuenberger coming back into the first ruck. But gee, I wouldn't be looking at any changes. I thought it was a really good balance. Francis was quiet in the VFL, but that doesn't matter. If there's an opportunity there, you play him. He was an emergency, but probably there's not a spot there for him. So let him keep going, and let's, as I said, let's develop this side for the last 7 weeks, because sometimes you come away from a game disappointed with your loss and say, gee, what did we get out of that? I think we got a lot out of that game, so hopefully it continues next week into a very winnable game against Richmond, playing the same style of football that Essendon did on the weekend.
Your article this week, Shorey, what are you taking a look at?
Well, what happens is we get a lot of emails. You get a lot of emails. Can you talk about this? Can you do this? And obviously, one of the big talking points, it's now 15 or 16 years ago, is the background to the 2000 premiership. So that'll bring back some great memories for Essendon people, and talk about some personalities in that side and how that year unfolded.
We look forward to reading it, mate. Thanks a lot for your time.
Thanks very much, Simon.